Hey, you guys. So, what you have been doing the last week is you have been working on your topic sentences for each one of your paragraphs. That's your opening sentence in your paragraph to let the reader know what the rest of the paragraph will be about. You then, for that topic sentence, came up with three supporting details that you wrote about in detail. You explained them clearly. And what we're going to do now is we are going to work on improving those supporting details using one out of the six methods in order to make those details stand out a little bit better in your writing. I want to remind you that we are still working on the body of your essay, the mighty middle. We are not working on the introduction yet or the conclusion yet. We are still working in the middle. You should see how important the middle really is by now because of all the time we've been spending on it. And what we're going to do today is really going to help make your writing stand out. So let's take a look at the six different ways that you can use to improve your details. I love this chart because not only does it tell you what you can do to improve your writing, but it gives you an example of what each one is. So you can help relate that back to your own writing. For example, if I look here, if I want to do a comparison, I look here and it says Earth and Mars have similarities and differences. Earth and Mars. So what I would do is I would create a graphic organizer that will allow me to write about the differences between two things in my writing. I can write about a personal experience that I had with what I'm writing about. As you can see here, this person is writing about ants. And they said that they know an ant is strong and can lift things much heavier than its own body because they have seen an ant carry a big piece of leaf over its head. That's a great personal experience showing the strength of an ant. A number word. Honestly, this is one of my favorites because all you're doing is you're taking a fact with a number and incorporating it into your writing, talking about an easy way to build up your writing. The Arctic tern migrates between the Arctic and the Antarctic, a round trip of about 25,000 miles. See the number? See the little information about it? Real simple to do. You can give a description. I also love to see these in writing. A description is basically where you're taking a small part of your writing and you're using vivid, big vocabulary words to describe it in detail. It's a wonderful thing that will drip enthusiasm from your writing and it makes your writing really romantic. A text feature, beyond a simple way to improve your writing. We have talked about a ton of ways about text features. We've talked about a ton of them. We did that whole quiz trade. We did that for a week, learning the different text features and how they apply to nonfiction. There's a lot of them that you can use. You can incorporate these into your writing to really make it stand out. If you don't remember what they are, you're going to have to do a little research on your own. Research text features. And then here's the last one, a specific name or an example. This is great for a location. You know, even if you are doing something on the human body. For example, when you're talking about the heart, I know that the first heart surgery took place in Evergreen Park at Little Company of Mary Hospital. That would be a great place to do a specific name or an example. So what you're going to do today is you're going to choose one of these six ways to improve each one of your supporting details. So if you have 9 supporting details for your essay, you are going to do this 9 times to improve each one of those details. So let's take a look at the next page. So here's the form that you're going to use to fill out. And you're going to use this form to really highlight and keep track of the improvements that you're making. So if I go to my paragraph, right, and I have my topic sentence. Underneath my topic sentence, I have my first supporting detail. Well, when I go to make an improvement to that detail, I'm going to put it right here in this box here. This is where I'm going to show my improvement to that first supporting detail. When I get to my second supporting detail, I'm going to put it here. When I get to my third supporting detail, I'm going to put that improvement here. So each box allows you a place to show where you're going to make your improvement to that supporting detail. So what you have to do is you are going to choose one of the 6 ways, and then you're going to write that number in the circle. You can tell me how you're going to make the improvement, or if it's a picture or a chart or a diagram, you can put it here. So for example, if I decided I wanted to do a text feature, what I would do is in this little circle, I would write the number. And then I would write what I'm going to do. I might say, I'm going to make, and this is my example. Remember, yours might be different. The Underground Railroad a bold word. Okay? And then I would be done with that one supporting detail. So what I'm saying is I'm now going to, when people see the Underground Railroad, that's going to be bold. That's going to be dark. That's a text feature. That's an improvement to my writing. That's an improvement to my supporting detail. Something already is standing out. Okay? I would do the same thing for my second supporting detail and my third supporting detail. That's one paragraph. Then I have to repeat this process again for paragraph 2 and 3. So, how many of these detail improvement forms are you going to need for all the supporting details? If you answered the number 3, you are absolutely correct. You are going to need 3 of these forms because you are doing 3 paragraphs and each paragraph contains 3 supporting details, 3 spaces, 3 forms, 9 supporting details, 9 improvements. Are you tired of hearing me incorporate math into writing? I thought so. Let's go through an example on my writing to show you how you can make your writing stand out and use some of these ways to improve your writing. All right, let's look at the things that I've done to improve my supporting details and make them stand out a little bit more. I think you can clearly tell by looking at the page that I've added in 2 things that should jump out at you right away. The first thing you'll notice is the bold word. Remember on my improvement sheet, I had said I was going to do that? Well, there it is. My word is now bolded. It's a nice dark color and it stands out. I'm only going to do this for words that are relevant to my topic. Since I'm writing about Harriet Tubman, she was the inventor of the Underground Railroad, so therefore it is a word that I can bold because it is important to my theme. I also included a map of the Underground Railroad. That's important so the reader knows all the different routes that could have been taken for the Underground Railroad. So that's 2 things I've done. I have so far 2 supporting details. I've made 2 improvements to my paragraph to make it that much stronger. The last one I did was I included a personal experience here at the end of my writing. I said, this was my supporting detail, is that Harriet worked to get educational laws passed for African Americans. My personal experience was, I know that Harriet Tubman worked hard to pass educational laws for African Americans because African Americans after the Civil War had their own schools and eventually would be allowed to go to school with all students regardless of their color. There you go. A very simple process to make your supporting details in your paragraph stand out and be stronger. The one tip that I'm going to give you when you are choosing these is you have to make sure that they fit with your writing. I didn't include a number word because it wouldn't have made sense in my writing. I didn't include a specific name or example because, again, it wasn't relevant to my writing. And I didn't do a compare and contrast at this point because I didn't have anything to compare and contrast in this paragraph at this time. So you have to make sure that the things that you're including are things that are relevant and will work well with your writing. So there you go. That's what you're going to be doing today. You're going to be working on improving your details to your story. When you are done, as you finish, please submit your work into the writing, expository, standard-based grading Dropbox so I can provide you feedback. Good luck, guys.